I can pass now. We will tell them where to come. Merry Christmas. What is it? What I was telling my I don't know if baby estate. Why not everybody?
I would want to put mine this way. There is no difference between Rivers and Bayelsa. We are one. More especially, my identity as a person is 70% Bayelsa. It's left for people who understand what I've said. But the truth about it is, it will be really out of place if, as the governor of Rivers State today, I don't have that understanding, that friendship, that family relationship with a brother state, which is, let me say, a son that is out of old River State. The leaders of this state have been issued before the present political dispensation were all from Bayelsa. The records are there. So our story is not complete except we add that side of the Bayelsa. So when His Excellency was saying here that we had understanding, that is the right thing to do. It is the right thing. What are we fighting for? Issues of life is just mere understanding. We're not going to leave this earth with anything. But the legacy we leave is that building of relationship, that solving problem with love. That is the truth. You solve problem with love and not solving it with bitterness. So you just mentioned a few of the things we've been able to resolve within this short period. But above all, the most important thing is I want a better and stronger relationship with Bayelsa. If there is any issue of development in this state, if it doesn't work, if we don't work with Bayelsa, we can't sustain the development. And the truth about it is, good number of people that are living here are people from Bayelsa. They might work administratively there, but they reside here. So if we are developing this state, it is also for the interest and the betterment of Bayelsa. So we are not going to end here. We also need that side to also be better, so that the growth among this region will be uniform and also sustained. It can't be just one state developing. We must, it's not, in fact, as a matter of fact, one of the assignments I would want is to carry on with, let us strengthen the Praise Commission. The Praise Commission has the interest of our zone. So we can't talk about development, solving crime issues in River State. Because if we solve only that of River State, people might run to Akwa Ibom. In the night, they come here to come and that. So it must be something that while we're doing here, there should be that same synergy in Akwa Ibom, that same synergy in the Cross River, in Delta, in Edo, in Bayelsa. And that is the only way we can get solution to our problem. So I think you have to really take up this assignment and see what we can record before we leave. Because the only thing that can speak for us is those things that we have added that will bring changes in the life of our people. This job is a shift job. When you're there, you do the best you can. Do it in such a way that what you have done will speak for you when you're no longer there. And realize that you have to leave the place. Your umbilical cord is not buried here. You have to leave the place. And when you have that in your mind, you have a different idea of leadership. Leadership becomes a business of ruling people with love, and you attract that respect. And not forcing people to respect you because you want to lead them. There are two different things. So is our leader now, because he's the oldest in the committee of governors. So my leader, thank you for this Christmas visit. It will strengthen our government, and it will also show to the world that there is synergy between our state and your state. In fact, it's our state, the two states. And to also assure Nigerians that we mean well for this country. We'll continue to do our best to make sure that the treasure that is being managed within this zone are protected for the interests of this country. We have a responsibility as leaders of these two states to protect the oil resources, our oil investment, both the ones offshore and the ones within the pipelines is important. And we're doing our best for that. Are we even talking about the amount of money we spend for internal security to make sure there are peace, knowing how volatile these our areas are? So please, we'll continue to do it. Not because there is anything we want to get. If there is no peace, there can't be development. You can imagine what we went through in the days of the militancy. I'm so happy today, our region, more especially Bayelsa and Rivers State, is no longer what they used to call us. God has sent that trouble to some other areas. So we are now at peace. It's because we surrendered this situation to the hands of God, Almighty God. There is nothing God cannot do when you believe in Him. And let me also tell you one magic about it. It is because the state, Bayelsa, has dedicated itself to God. And our strength here too is not far from it. Whenever we make our pronouncement, whenever we talk, we always say God first. And because of that, we've been moving, even in the face of all our trouble. But we believe that what doesn't kill you make you strong. I'm not general.
Anoa. Well, we are here today, Your Excellency, my dear brother, Sir Siminalayi Fubara, to pay you this Christmas visit. Because last year you surprised us. You paid us a Christmas visit, even in the country home. And since then, we have been planning to retaliate. We have not been able to retaliate. You have been very busy, and we have been very busy over there too. And as neighbors and brothers, I thought that that was not too good. And so this year, we must retaliate. And going forward, we think that we should continue to visit one another so that we should keep our two states safe, peaceful, to allow for development in our two states. Rivers and Bayelsa are one and the same states. Administratively now we have 2 states. So for us, whatever that we are doing in Bayelsa should be, and how we can also give a helping hand in Rivers, if there is any, and vice versa. And so we are here just for the Christmas season to pay this Christmas visit to you, and also to let you know that we are there. You are our senior brother now by way of state creation. And so you are even richer than us, you know that. So you need to be doing some helping hand to your brother state, extend some hand to us. But more importantly today, I'd like to also put on record that since you came on board, between our 2 states, it has been very peaceful. Between our 2 states, we have had a whole lot of understanding, even in areas where we had some previous disagreements. And for me, that is very instructive. Very instructive. And I'd like to make a particular reference to the Soku oil wells that generated a whole lot of heat between our 2 states. For now, between us, we have agreed that let us go back to the status quo before whatever that happened. And so, in the same vein, at a point, we had issues with River State because our property was being destroyed here, and most of our boys threatened to move by leg from Bayelsa to Port Harcourt and face the bullet. But I dissuaded everybody from doing that we cannot go violent, and rather we have to follow the law. And so we instituted a case against River State in the Supreme Court, because matters between states actually go to the Supreme Court. And that case was on, but as he came on board, again, we have met, and solutions are now being sought to that matter. So, Your Excellency, my dear brother, I think that the best way for us to live is actually to always look for solutions, particularly between brothers, neighbors, and friends. You cannot, as I said earlier, divorce these 2 states. There is so much in common between these 2 states in terms of our ethnicity, in terms of our culture, in terms of our social relationship, in terms of economic relationship. Up until today, you have a lot of Bayelsans that own their properties here in Port Harcourt and are still living in Port Harcourt here. In fact, Your Excellency, part of it today is that as we give you, and having your permission, we're also going to grace the 80th birthday of one of our elders, retired Brigadier General Stanley Diri, here in Port Harcourt. And so with your permission, a very kind permission, we will also go and grace that event before we will return to Yenagoa. And this is briefly why we are here today, to pay this Christmas courtesy visit. Thank you, and God bless us.
Only fair that my boss will